So my question to you is like you're all about texture. How do you come up with these ideas? Like they're just crazy. Like the one last night in the show with the mesh and the sponge and the wig not wig. Like where do you dream up these ideas?
I get inspired by faces. I love the diversity of the world where it's going now.
Hmm.
When I look at kids, they're like, wow, I'm like, you look so unusual, you know?
Yeah, everyone's like five different nationalities these days, right?
Yeah, and that is creating more opportunities for me
Yes,
because, this is not Brigitte Bardot.
yes.
This is not Audrey Hepburn. It's not, like Martin Scorsese. It's not Robert De Niro. It's like I'm seeing new people.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, you look like Robert De Niro. No, these people sometimes is so diverse. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
strange and interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, scares me because I mean I don't know much about science and genetics, but I am interested in genetics, and I feel like you know I don't know where and what consequences can bring to the human brain,
Hmm.
all the diversity in the future, in the next 100 years. I
Hmm.
don't know where this will lead. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Even though if the brain is like a machine, a recording machine from the beginning,
Hmm.
and you can teach any kids that is just born or people that go in the nursery a set of education and ways of life or whatever you want to call it. So I still think it's very very interesting genetics.
So
I would like to do one day a collection based on genetics,
right.
but I
Well,
have ideas how to do it.
so do you start with a collection idea and then you create the looks, or do you create the looks that create the collection idea?
Faces.
So you start with faces.
I want to start with faces, and
Hmm.
for example, if I have to do a collection with you or with that lady or someone,
Hmm. Hmm.
they
That's your first
it needs to
inspiration.
yeah, I want to get inspired by that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But at the same time, I have other ways, of course. There's many ways.
Hmm.
If I'm doing, for example, an exhibition that is working together with the curator, you know what I mean, and
Hmm.
based on the
Like in a
history.
gallery or
Yeah, because
yes,
I do a lot.
museum. Yes,
Yeah,
I saw beautiful
I do
pictures.
lots of that. So
Yes.
and I really enjoy that. So
Yeah, yeah. And you work with different textures, not just hair, even.
yeah, I've used everything. Wood. I've used uh, marijuana plants.
Yeah,
How do you call it? Hemp.
yeah, yeah.
The hemp
Marijuana.
is made
Yes.
by marijuana
Hmm.
plants. Like. So I've been doing that for Frida Kahlo in Mexico. I don't know if you ever seen the exhibition.
Oh no.
Yeah, I designed the hair for the museum.
Oh wow.
It's there permanently.
Wow. And
That's
how do
one of
these
my
things
most
come to
proud
you?
things that I've done together with Judith Clark, the
Right,
curator. She's amazing, and with Mexican Vogue. So we
right.
did that.
And you've worked with many of the magazines and
Yeah,
many celebrities and
mainly Vogue.
models.
I
Mainly
worked
Vogue.
with all the Vogues from French Vogue, Italian Vogue, German Vogue, Dutch Vogue, Thai Vogue, Russian Vogue, all the Vogue.
All of them. And so are you still shooting magazines like that?
Yeah,
Is that coming back now? Because there was a bit of a hold on that for a
uh,
while.
yeah. There was a little bit of holes, and what is becoming very doing editorial today. It's not that it's becoming costly, but it's a little bit of you're not getting paid, and it's a lot of work. You know,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And but if you don't do editorial, you don't get nothing else. It's
Right.
like a give and take.
It's
You
it's
do
almost like you're advertising. It's like you're
yeah,
marketing.
you do editorial, and then you get the show. Maybe you get the campaign. That's how you always work.
Right. Right.
So,
Well, and you've been working for Goldwell for how long now?
4 years.
Four
Yeah,
years. Yeah. And do you enjoy it? Are you on the road a lot?
yeah. We started with the more like digital uh, times
Right.
when COVID and all that.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
was tough in the beginning,
Yeah, for sure.
and they've been very incredible with me and supportive and really cool company. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, do you have like a favorite show or event or something that you've done that's most memorable to you?
Yeah, I like the Glance collection. That was really beautiful, I think. Uh, I really enjoyed doing that. I worked with this incredible photographer called Chema Yeste.
Hmm.
He's a top photographer in Spain,
Yeah.
great guy.
Yeah.
So we created this great videos too together. You know, like it was the whole project was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So I mean, obviously you're shooting stills, but are you shooting a lot of video type
Yeah,
fashion content too?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you find there's more of that these days?
Um, yeah, yes. We do. Last time we did, I don't know, maybe on the last campaign we did like 60 looks or something like that
Yeah, I
in
feel like
Berlin.
that's kind of becoming, more. You're seeing it more because of Instagram and digital and social media. You see
Yeah,
more movement.
and seeing things moving,
Hmm.
it's more like three dimensional.
Hmm.
You know, so you
Which
can.
really speaks to what you do too, because as you said last night, you want your hair to be free and moving, right? So
Exactly.
it's not so contrived and
Yeah,
stiff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So otherwise, you're gonna send the hair to what?
To prison,
You like that?
hair prison. I don't want my hair to be in hair prison.
No.
Well, that's fantastic. So one more thing I was thinking, your work is so distinctive and original and unique, and then you often see stylists out there kind of copying your work. What do you think about that?
Hey, you know, I think it's fine, but depending how they do it, you know.
Well, they'll never do it the way you did it. You were the
No, no, no.
original creator
Depending,
artist.
depending how they do it. What you know, that claiming the fame thing, I don't
Hmm.
like that.
Right, right.
You know, because
Well, it's
you,
hard. You can't trademark anything in design, right? But
yeah,
you
but
know where the original idea came from.
yeah, you know, some people they have the ability of blanking it. You know, they don't want to think about it.
Right.
And they don't even want to say in a humble way, you know, well, actually, I did this collection, but I got inspired by Angelo Seminara.
Right,
They
right,
don't want to do that.
right,
They hate you
right.
because they're like, oh, I wish I was like him.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm like,
you're very
you know,
inspirational.
for me, you know, like I said, you know, I always say my mentor has always been people like Trevor Sorbet, Leonardo da Vinci. You know, these are my mentors, and I, yeah, I think they're just very humble people. You know, like,
Hmm.
and I've learned to be like that rather than
You
try and
are
steal
you
things from
you
other people.
are
You know,
truly humble.
you
You're
have
yeah.
to you have to respect what you have in front of you and applause. You know, the people that they're doing well because you're part of this planet for a short period. It's not forever.
Right.
So if you have something, give it. You know,
Hmm.
give it back or
Hmm.
give it to the other people. Share it. You know, for me, it's
Hmm.
about that.
Yeah.
And I most often don't want to even think about it when people they take your, you know,
Concepts. Yeah.
yeah. For example, I've done a new collection now. It's called Evoke,
Hmm.
the Evoke collection,
Hmm.
which it will probably come out at Salon International in London for
Hmm.
the first time in the HJ Gallery because I've entered the awards
Okay.
with this with the half of the collection because it's
Right.
actually a big collection,
Right.
and that's where people goes normally to see my work, and
Yes.
they have the ability of taking it and publish it before me because I'm not allowed until January 2024.
Oh, because it's part of the publication, so it's
Is the
theirs to
rule?
keep until they decide to publish it.
Yeah,
Right,
is the rule
right.
that there
But
is.
others have seen it already on stage and presented, and they're already trying to
No, no, they will go and do
create it. Yeah,
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 they do it
yeah.
different, you know, of
Before you,
course.
but
Yeah,
not before you.
yeah. It's funny. That part
Well,
I think
I
it's
guess
funny.
I guess in a way,
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
it's because you're just you and you're just great at what you do, and people just the stylists just
Look,
love it, and they get inspired by it,
I'm
and
not just a
it's a
hairdresser.
trickle down trend idea where they're just going to take that because just like fashion, right? It starts from the runway, and then all of a sudden it's in like H&M.
It's like my mate Eugene Solomon.
Yes,
He's one of the most incredible stylists out there
yes,
forever, you know, in
yeah.
my heart. And
Hmm.
we've been working together since when I started in Trevisobi. We're stylists
Hmm.
on the floor,
Hmm.
doing clients and going for a pint. Then we end up living next door to each other.
Oh, really?
It was really bizarre.
Yeah.
Then we start working on all his shows. He's a bit older than me, and but he's just a true genius, you know. And everyone has been copying him.
Yeah.
You know what is the funny thing? when you have assistants, that you give them the opportunity to come to your in your planet, in your little world or whatever you want to call it, and they would just try and take something without realizing, and it's gone. It's like,
Yeah.
but I think that's fine, because they're learning.
Yeah.
The aim of someone that is young and starting is about coping.
Yes, that's kind
And
of the beginning stages. Sometimes it's hard to get someone
yeah,
who's like fresh out of the gates that's creating something new and original. Not that that doesn't happen,
yeah,
but it's often emulating something else that they found
yeah.
really interesting.
But you know what I always say? Copy, 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 copy. But at the end of the copy, find yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah,
and it's important to copy in the beginning because
yeah.
you're
You got to
forming
start
yourself.
somewhere, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to start. It's
yeah.
important.
But then you get to that certain level, and what you do is very recognizable. Just like we see in designers, there were certain looks and things that we see. That's Angelo for sure. Like
Yeah,
we know Angelo's work now.
yeah.
So
I mean,
you're that's where you're at, and that's why people love you. And you're a fabulous, amazing stylist. You're great to talk to, and I like really appreciate your time here. And I hope to see you more, and hope to see you on
tonight
many
at
more
the party.
stages.